Welcome back to another episode of Brotato. Such a close one in our last episode there. If you haven't seen it yet, feel free to go check it out now. We're going to be switching across to our Bull character. Bull is a very interesting one. He's basically a suicidal maniac there. So he's got fantastic starting max HP and HP regeneration and armor. And the reason behind it is that we can't take any weapons and our damage is based on explosions of ourselves. And we just run in there and basically explode all over them. So not in that way, get your mind out the gutter, but you'll see what we mean if you haven't seen this character just yet. Boom. Easy. And you'll see that our HP drops and then quickly regains itself quickly. And the other modifier that we've got is that our HP regen modifiers there are increased by 50%. So it's well worth taking the HP regen modifiers as much as we possibly can. So why don't we try and reroll and see if we can get some of them here. In fact, I'm willing to go a couple of times, and there we go. So I think that's what we should be doing most of our rerolls for here early. We'll reroll here once though, and we'll just save our money. None of that really appeals to me. Now the other thing that's worth noting for this character's explosions here is that it's based on 300% of your attack damage, 300% of your range damage, and 300% of your elemental damage. So those are kind of the damage modifiers that we'll be looking to increase here. And I think it's more worth going for those than it is to be going for other modifiers that we might care about, like our damage modifiers, for example. And 84 credits to our name. Extra HP regen, I think that's just an instant pickup, as is this one here. Go for another reroll. And what are we going for? Nothing really there. One more reroll. Extra luck, not too bad, but that does reduce our damage. Honestly, Hedgehog does increase our damage by 9, but it does reduce our HP regen by 1. I don't think we can justify that. I'm going to reroll once more, and that also reduces our HP regen, so we can't take that. Now, we haven't really bought many items just yet, but that's fine. We're still currently one-shotting enemies, and we should be for a little bit longer yet. And again, what's usually worth doing here is using your speed to kind of cluster up enemies like so, and then using 1 or 2 explosions to take out the whole lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And that was a lot of resources at the same time. Try and get some clusters over here. There we go. Very nice. 93 materials to our name there once again. You know what? We try and reroll. We try and get some extra HP regen. If we can't, we'll go for a little bit of bonus speed. Why not? Now, elemental damage, not too bad. Increase our damage. It's rather cheap. We'll take it. More trees spawning. Why not? Trees, of course, can give us the items, especially if we've got some luck. Now, you guys are annoying because you run away from us. But then we have the big clusters here, and those are much better for us. There we go. If you get stuck in your little groups there, that's fine. Here's some trees. Why don't we just wait here? There we go, we get you, and then we go for this one here too. Oh, careful. Now, the other thing that's worth bearing in mind is that with our HP regen, we can kind of just go straight in for you if we want to. Later on, it's going to be harder to do, but for right now, it's very easy to do this while still keeping our cool and keeping our HP up, because the damage that we're dealing or taking is 2, and we're basically healing more than 2 damage per second anyway. Now, dodge is not what we go for with this build. More HP regen is great. And extra range damage. I don't think range affects our explosion radius whatsoever. I don't think lifesteal works either. I'm actually not too sure on that one, so don't quote me on that. But we'll go for some more max HP. Max HP is also quite useful. As is some more damage here, but obviously we go for this one. And we can lock this for later. So the mutation increases our damage by 6 while only decreasing our speed by a little bit. So as long as we keep our speed in the positives, I think I'll be quite happy with the outcome. There we go, 42 damage per explosion right now. We do want to be upping that for when we get our big charges, because we want to be taking those out ideally in 2 shots. I mean, ideally in 1 shot, I suppose, but preferably in 2. Because otherwise they can be a little bit of a hassle, shall we say. Let's go for this tree. As we can see, we're still at the stage where we can just kind of run through them. No major issues with that. Go for our trees here. Let's keep going for our big clusters. As we can see, we're at, we're getting a little bit low there, so we still need to buy some time there to heal up at times. We'll go for the extra percentage damage, why not? Chance to heal when picking up resources. We will go for this reroll, And melee damage for 52 is pretty good. I'm going to take that one too. Alright, so our armor is currently reducing our damage by 40%. Our luck is kind of reducing our chances of rarer items, but I think that's okay. I don't know, maybe we should be focusing on luck a bit more. Obviously we heal up, we're currently back to full, we go in. Simple as that, we heal up, we're back to full. Now we can just kind of let them explode on us again. So the enemies that actually run away from us are probably the more annoying ones. But then again, we get to a stage where, you know, our HP can be hard to kind of moderate, keep it in the high levels. And that's when we actually like having enemies that run away from us rather than constantly run at us. Especially when enemies are fast and there's less option to kind of keep your distance. Speaking of which, can we get this tree? We can. And we got most of those enemies. Now, it's always worth running in right at the end, as we will go for the elemental damage. We'll go for some extra luck here too. Poisonous tonic is not good. We will go for the campfire though. We will go for the goat skull. We'll reroll once. And none of that works for us either there. So our damage should be doing pretty good there. Currently says 73 damage. So let's put that to the test, see if it is indeed the case. So good to know that we can check that, as it is indeed 73. Because we were doing what, 50 beforehand, you know? A round or two ago. Not too shabby of an upgrade. We're not even at our big cluster wave yet, which is wave 9. Big economy there, of course. And we really wouldn't mind getting lucky there with some red items, if at all possible. I know that it's unlikely, especially given that we have minus luck at the moment. We'll go towards our tree, buy some time, get some extra clusters around. There we go. Go in. And same again, we'll try and get you both. These enemies make it very hard to chase sometimes, but just keep going, get as many as we can once again. 220 to our name. Extra luck. No, we got to go for the HP regen again. And we can re-roll that, and we go for more HP regen. So we're already at 49 HP regen, we're regening 4.5 per second. Piggy bank is fantastic. As is an alien worm. So piggy bank of course means that if we save money, then we earn more money. Now, how much does it take to kill you? 1, 2. Okay, 2 hits is respectable. It's not great, but it's good. You know, you don't want to overlook good as you try and pursue perfection. Or great, even. Alright, here we go. Apologies there, folks. I keep finding myself slipping away outside of the real realm of focus there of the camera. I'll try and do better. Okay, we heal up a wee bit as we talked about, buy ourselves some time, and now we go now that we're full HP. We got some trees over here. I keep missing it. Excuse me, come towards me, thank you. What about this tree here? We'll try. There we go, and now we go in for the big masses once more. So a scar is good, extra experience gain. Reduced speed is not good. Armor while standing still is interesting. I think we go max HP and damage, and then we save the rest of our money. So 147 money becomes 176, as we can see in the top left hand corner. And that's thanks to our piggy bank. So saving some money from these waves rather than re-rolling will be very, very nice. I didn't realize that some of these enemies here, as we can see, have like little, what do you want to call them, scales on the top of their head? Like not a dorsal fin, what's the fin above the head? I can't remember now. My fish anatomy there is probably a little bit lacking. Okay, keep going here, 79 damage per, still quite good. We wouldn't mind a little bit more damage though. As we can see, just give ourselves a chance to heal up for a bit, and then we go in and take out the masses. Go back and heal, buy ourselves some time, and we get a tree here, which does mean a little bit of food. How much do we have? We've got 500 credits to our name, that's very, very nice, and now we can go in as we had enough HP to tank the damage. Extra explosion damage, great, love it, don't mind if I do. Extra speed is pretty good, we'll keep going for the extra speed. And extra armor as well, so armor goes from 40% less damage to 46% less damage. There we go. Plastic explosive is huge. We'll take that. Everything else is kind of mediocre. So we save our money. It goes from 372 up to 446. So our piggy bank doing great work for us. And we should, as we've got full HP at the moment, be trying to take out some of these enemies to start with. 91 damage is our current damage. Not bad. Bad at all. Keep killing them when the going is good, when we're at max HP. Then cluster them for a little bit, and then go back in. And that's why our speed's useful. That's why our max HP is useful. And that's why our armor is useful for this character. Now, I will freely admit that the early waves of this character are pretty straightforward. I don't think I've ever made it past wave 18 with this character. And I've never made it up to our boss fight. Now we want to go for this guy. There we go. We managed to get our resources off of him. Buy some time. 8 seconds left. We're at half HP. We can go in a little bit here. Don't die. We can go in a bit more. Okay. 700 resources. Let's recycle this. Let's gain this. Range damage is pretty good, but we keep going for the HP regen. Always HP regen. Experience gain. We're going all the way in an experience gain there as well. We will also re-roll a bit further. Triangle of power, when you take damage, you lose damage. That's not what we want to go for at all, because our whole shtick here is taking damage. Now, Weird Ghost is okay. Not good enough though. We'll go for some more experience gain there. And we could go for some luck, but that does reduce our damage. I don't think we want to go for that. Actually, the Engineer's box might have been worth it, as these enemies are now quite difficult to deal with, I believe. As we can see there, a lot of damage taken. So this could be a wave that we really struggle on. We want to make sure that we get as many explosions as we can on everyone, and then buy ourselves some time. Because these enemies get faster and faster, so if there's one left over, then all of a sudden they're going to really ruin your day if you don't kill them all. Buy ourselves some time, keep running. Oh, we might as well try and get you at the same time if we can. I mean, do we have enough time there to get our HP back? There we go. Let's try and go on you here a little bit, and we did get you. Okay, we should be okay here. Maybe a bit of a storm in a teacup there on my part. But I have had issues on this wave beforehand, so I don't think it's unfounded. 673 credits, very nice. Max HP, also great. Extra HP regen, great as well. Now, extra harvesting, but fewer enemies. Honestly, I don't hate fewer enemies. Let's go for our luck. Let's go for the white flag. And a candle. Fewer enemies once again. Plus HP regen. Okay, we're going for the HP regen again. I don't think a coupon's really that worth it. Maybe it is, because we've still got many more waves there to go. So maybe I should have considered that a bit more. But as we can see, our speed is now enough that we can keep our distance. We then want to get our HP back to full. We then go in. Keep dodging. There we go. Nice and easy. And we're just basically dancing with our enemies right now. We know the pathfinding. We know that they always try and move to where we are, not to where we're going. And with that information, you can really kind of tailor the battle in your favor, so to speak. There we go. We've got a few trees exploded along the way. Our enemies are coming for us. Okay, guys. Now, obviously, we don't get as many resources as we did beforehand, but in saying that, there's another item. That certainly helps. And now we go in once again. We don't die, so we play it safe. Safely aggressive. Baby with a beard is interesting, but not what we care for. More HP regen. We're up to 70 HP regen. There's wisdom. Wisdom's pretty good. Wisdom is pretty good. I will take it. I'll take some more max HP. We're at 70 and 70. So we're regenning 6.33 HP per second. Now, what else would we like to see? Maybe some more movement speed there so we can really get ourselves out of a jam when we need to. And 100 damage flat at the moment, which is enough to take them out. I wonder if 100 damage is their HP. Not too sure. I think it increases as the waves go on. Could be mistaken there. Now we're doing 117. Why is that? Because we chose Wisdom, and Wisdom gives us a damage downgrade to start with, but then every 5 seconds our damage increases further and further. So now we're doing 129. Now we're doing 135, and that will only get stronger and stronger. And that's really good against our final boss fights, as the waves last more than a minute there, if I recall correctly. And of course, the longer that it goes on, the more time that we have to build up and do more damage. Buy ourselves some more time around here. 5 seconds to go. Take out everyone. Ooh, down to 10 HP. You do have to be a little bit cautious about how far you go in there. Yeah, we don't care about range at all, so we'll take that. More HP regen is fantastic. More tree spawning is okay, but we can get better items. Ooh, reduce speed back down to the basic for armor and max HP. I feel like that's not worth it. What I do feel like is worth it is this, and also this, and slowing enemies nearby. That could give us the break that we need to be able to dip into the crowd there and make a bit of a difference. Well, we've got a Cyclops with a pig nose, with a Yeti face, with some fertilizer in our hair, plus a syringe, plus a white flag and some grapes hanging down, plus a red, what do you want to call it, wire hanging out the back. So I do love how the aesthetics of this game show through on the characters as well, depending on what you pick up. And you guys are quite annoying at times, so we're going to keep trying to take out you as we go through. Buy ourselves some more time. Get some more trees. Oh, I keep taking all the shots here. And I do wonder if a little bit of dodge isn't terrible, so that when we run through we can dodge some of the red projectiles at the very least. We're currently doing 190 per. We'll go in now. We can justify a little bit of that. 33, we can keep going in. There we go. Extra max HP. Honestly, extra melee damage is such a huge damage upgrade. It's 18 damage flat, which of course increases extra speed. Extra speed is good. We want to keep going for our speed. So we've currently got 14% speed. Honestly, our boiling water is not terrible either. Wave 15. Let's see. Now, the reason why we like our wandering bot is that it slows enemies nearby, so that we can kind of go like that and buy ourselves time if we need to escape and regen some HP. Like this situation, for example, then we just go in on you. We'll take out the masses once again. Keep our distance. We're basically at full HP, and now we go in. We even have our tree down here. Oh, we still want to be dodging the projectiles though, in my mind. Group up the masses again, and then we just go straight through. Make our escape. Keep dodging. Go through once more, and we almost died. 10 seconds left. Ooh, that's close. We're up to 30 HP. 30 HP means that we can go in a little bit. Now we should be able to go in once again. 9 HP there, so 1 or 2 more hits there and we would have been done for. More max HP. We're now up to 7.13. Go for our alien worm as well. And this is also more HP regeneration, so we'll save that for next time. Why don't we re-roll as well? Ricochet. We're not firing any projectiles whatsoever, so while that seems like a good time, it's not worth it at all. It's not worth anything to us, really. Extra armor. The armor also scales less as well, diminishing returns. So going for our armor now I don't think is worth it. Now we do want to explode on you guys now, of course, while we've got full HP. Same again. Okay, we can see that guy keeps buffing them, which is annoying. And not much we can really do about that one. Right. Just keep giving yourself time to regen to full. Okay, not good when that guy is chasing us because he's very, very fast. That was 2 explosions to take out the vast majority of the enemies though, so that was quite nice. Okay, we get a few trees there. Very, very nice once again. We'll go through here to try and take out most of these big boys. The ones that are giving them HP regen or giving them increased damage. And max HP is great. We'll take that. Blood Leech is HP regeneration. And it gives us positive lifesteal, so maybe that makes a difference. I genuinely do not know. Cute Monkey is quite good as well. Reduces our damage but increase our chance to heal up from 8% to 16% as we've now got 2 times monkeys. Let's see. 2 elemental damage, that's 6 damage flat. I think we save our money here though. A 17 can be a tricky wave here too. This little bot slowing these enemies down might help out a wee bit. Now, the unfortunate thing is that blowing these guys up does not blow up the red dudes that they're buffing up. As we can see, this is a tricky one, especially as enemies become more and more numerous. We just don't have enough time there to heal back up to full before we have to go in and blow them up again. We're at 14 HP. Managed to dodge that one. And there's the run loss, just like that. Okay, tell you what, we're going to go gung-ho. We've got time for another one in this run. What do we go for? Extra attack speed, one-armed is always fun, soldier is interesting. Why don't we try a very, very difficult character in my mind, Demon. 50% of your materials are converted into max HP at the end of the wave. So, you know, materials basically spend on max HP there. You buy items using max HP instead of materials there. So materials are best saved for rerolls, or so that they can be converted into max HP. So what I want to go for is the Scepter, get as many kills here, and then I think Harvesting is really good with this character. Harvesting and anything that increases your max HP or attack speed, so that this can be proccing more and more often. Now the issue is that this doesn't quite get enough kills early on here, so we do really need a second one of these firing. We get a level up though, and there's our Harvesting that we talked about. So we'll go for that early. We'll take another Ghost Scepter, reroll once again, another Ghost Scepter, and there we go. So we keep our money, but we lose our max HP. Now the reason why we don't want to reroll all the way down is because I do want to be transferring our money here into max HP at the end of the round there. So saving some money and not spending it all on rerolls is quite a worthwhile endeavor. But I do like these Scepters as well, because we can be shooting all the time there, which might give us some max HP just by virtue of killing enemies the old-fashioned way. It can be quite hard to do in these earlier waves, but later on when you have more time to complete a wave, then it can help out a great deal. Max HP is good, but so is a dodge. I'm going to take another Ghost Scepter. And honestly, more enemies here to start with is not terrible. It costs us 3 max HP, but we get 2 back, so it honestly costs us 1. This is just a pure upgrade. We do lose a tiny bit of damage there, but it's still worth it nonetheless. And a Ghost Scepter here is fantastic, as honestly is a tree. Now we're down to 6 max HP, so you can see why going all the way down is very, very risky. I still think it is worth it. Now I'm going to reiterate, just similar to our last episode there, it's actually quite hard to maneuver the mouse with my thumb being very, very numb, and that came about from using the Weed Whacker for the better part of, oh, there we go. So we can see that taking any damage there can be almost fatal. Using the Weed Whacker, sorry, to just interrupted myself, I'm very good at that for some reason. Using the Weed Whacker for the better part of 6 hours, I want to say. And look at that, we got a max HP right at the very end there too. Extra damage isn't too bad. We'll take it. And armor's not bad. Why don't we reroll once here and go for a bit more Harvesting. Now of these, I think we skipped them all. Reroll once again. Skip once more. A Ghost Scepter is good, but otherwise nothing else really appeals to me. So maybe we just start stacking some max HP. Now if there's nothing worth going for, just build this even higher. So our armor is reduced, but as we can see, we're doing a lot of damage there with these Scepters because we've got 6 of them firing. That's a pretty constant barrage. We do want to increase our damage though, so that we one-shot our weaker enemies, which currently we are not doing. We'll go for our trees here too, just in case we get any items. No such luck, but you never know. Now we only got, I think, 1 max HP there. There's another one, but that was from a level up. Okay, range damage gets us there. Range damage helps out with our Ghost Scepters. Okay, we combine these, we buy this. We buy this. We're at 11 max HP again. Honestly, this costs 3, 4, 5 max HP, so it's a net gain of 1, or 2, sorry, excuse me. Counting, sometimes hard. Attack speed increase and range increase. Experience gain increase, not too bad. I think we just keep what we've got here. So now we've got 4 of our blue Ghost Scepters, our rare Ghost Scepters. We heal, or we get a max HP every 18 kills, as opposed to every 20 kills. And our extra range damage, does that mean that we now one-shot enemies? It looks like we are. Yes, I believe we are. That should mean that we get max HP far more frequently with these Ghost Scepters. The issue with these weapons is that eventually they drop off. Eventually they stop being as strong as they currently are. And we really want to be able to make a bit of a pivot there when that happens. Maybe we combine all these to make a few red ones. Let's not throw away our life right now either. And getting some extra speed would be quite nice too. We're at 16 max HP, very, very nice. Oh, careful, we're almost dead. 18 max HP. There we go, up to 24. Fuel tank, no thank you. Range damage, yes thank you. And a Ghost Scepter, also yes thank you. Okay, so we combine another one of these, we now get this one. We re-roll. And the Ghost Scepters have been being handed to us on a silver platter there. Honestly, a piggy bank is fantastic. But I think we prefer a bag, and a piggy bank is tricky. Just because it really, I mean, no it's not. No it's not. Because then we instantly get back a few money there, which is already 1 max HP that we get. Because don't forget, every 13 materials there at the end of the wave is transferred into 1 max HP. So yes, we're low on max HP. Yes, we could die in one shot if we're not careful. But I think hopefully we can build up enough max HP with all of these shots here that we're putting out. Now purple scepters will help with that too, of course. We're already up to 12 max HP. And at the end of the turn, we should get a whole bunch. Now, careful. Yeah, we do have to be a little bit careful there. We do have this guy over here. We wouldn't mind taking him out, and we did. Beautiful. Okay, as we can see, the enemies are now quite numerous and not dying as much as we would like. We might as well take the engineering. We can do better here. We can do better here. Extra damage or life. So let's go for damage. Let's go for another Ghost Scepter. Let's re-roll. And now we're maybe looking to get some other weapons out here, which currently we're not having much luck with. Let's leave it as it is. We're up to 26 max HP though at least. So those items or those rounds there where we don't get any upgrades, it also means that we don't spend any max HP, so it's not the end of the world. There's another level up for us. Some more range damage would be very nice though. As we can see, we're again at the stage where we're not quite one-shotting all types of enemies, all these smaller enemy variants at least. I doubt we'll be one-shotting the big enemies of course, but that's a different kettle of fish. We have a tree there, which we're going to head over to since we took a bit of damage. Same with this one here. There we go. Sucks in a bit of food for us. Alright, nice. And funnily enough, enemies also, or trees also count as enemies, excuse me. So killing trees also works towards our scepter upgrades. And there we go, plus 12 max HP. So the more money that we save, the better off that we are as well. Look at our dodge percentage there, absolutely huge. Extra HP regen, not terrible either. We'll go for that. And tell you what, another Ghost Scepter. Don't mind if I do. Harvesting for less melee damage. I don't think we're going for a melee weapon at all, so we'll take it. We're at 42 max HP there. So we can reroll a wee bit. There's a minigun. That's what I like to see. So we're actually going to combine some of these and take our minigun as well. Now we've got a red variety. Whole bunch of these ones as well. And we're going for a minigun because we've got the range damage modifier here. Now it's not going to be great damage to start with, but it is going to be lots of damage over time there. And it will weaken enemies, which then means that our scepter might be able to do the finishing blow. And of course the scepter doing the finishing blow means that we get the max HP eventually. That's the hope, of course. And I am liking how much max HP we do have. Now of course the minigun did cost 15 max HP, so it was a very expensive purchase, but I'm hoping that the ROI really reveals itself soon enough, especially as we keep getting some more range damage upgrades. I do like the range damage ones here, especially on difficulty 5, because it can be very difficult to keep enemies at bay otherwise, if you're going for a bit of a melee build. I believe this also pierces one, so we do 4 to the front enemy and then piercing damage does 50% damage to the one behind. There we go, we see that we got a whole bunch of extra resources there, extra HP, and we're up to 47 once again. We might as well take that so we can burn them a little bit. And range damage is huge. Barricade, interesting but not good enough. In fact, I think we skip it. We skip that. One more reroll, and a flamethrower is okay but not good enough. So now this should result in a lot of max HP at the end of this round, because of course the saver is stacking up more and more money for us. And this is wave 9, so this is the round that we get a lot of money as well. So as long as we survive this round, we should be doing pretty well for ourselves. Now, surviving this round is of course the tricky part, as we can see. Especially with the variety and number of enemies there. And we're not killing enemies as fast as we would like still. That's not to say it's going terribly, but we're only just fast enough to keep them at bay. 53 HP already is currently our max. We keep dodging, we keep going for trees, we keep running around this way. Okay, now we have to kind of go through and we want to... Oh, careful, careful. We want to pick up these resources, we go around this way, and we should survive, but we didn't manage to get all of our resources. There we go. 80. Yes, that's right, 80 max HP, so a massive upgrade. We will take the max HP here. We will re-roll this and we'll take some attack speed. Beautiful. Now what do we have here? A double barrel shotgun's not terrible. It is a blue one. Do I take it? I think we re-roll a little bit here. A rocket launcher. Okay, we take a rocket launcher. Re-roll once more. Good chance and dodge. Extra dodge is pretty good. Crit chance is not terrible. Extra damage, but we lose 6 max HP for that one. One more reroll and that's it. Lifesteal, HP regen, and less harvesting. I don't think it's good enough. I don't think any of that's good enough. We keep going. We are stacking up a lot of max HP as we can see. And let's hope that the rocket launcher there, as it did for our single weapon character in our last video, let's hope that this works well for us. Level 5 difficulty though is seriously another beast entirely there. It is not an easy one to go for, but that's where half or most of the fun comes into it there. Just the added difficulty really adds a whole bunch of variety, replayability, rather than winning easily and then kind of hanging up the game because it's, you know, too simple. Now I find that I'm struggling, but I'm doing it in such a way where it's still bringing me enjoyment. And that's what playing games are all about there, right? Now there's our little friend that drops lots of resources. We need a way to get some more HP back, because we could easily die if we're not careful here. Okay, our damage is still not quite enough, so why don't we go for our range damage here. Metal's great. We get some max HP back as well. That gives us max HP back as well, but it's also very expensive and it reduces our speed till we're basically crawling, so I think we skip that. Extra damage here is not terrible. Let's take it. One more reroll and piercing damage. Does that pierce? It does, but I don't think it really increases it enough. You know what? One more reroll. Last one. Ooh, that's worth it. Extra range damage and range. Extra range damage and attack speed. Now I know that some of those kind of cancelled them out, but cancelled one other out, but still worth it. Now the only downside is that our scepters there are probably less valuable now, so I think we want to combine them and make a few more red ones if we can, because our rocket launcher is probably the one doing the most killing blows. Not always though, not always. Our minigun's now doing 10 damage per shot. That adds up quite significantly. Let's break through the middle here. Ouch. Now, beyond our trees that are dropping food, we're not really getting much in the way of HP regen or additional survivability, so that's something that we do have to be a little bit cautious of, is what happens when the trees run out. What happens when we I don't want to get political, but do what Brazil is doing and chop down our rainforest, and there's nothing left for us. Well, let's hope that we don't find out what happens. Can we go for this guy here? We didn't manage to get in there in time. Unfortunate. Now, extra luck. Extra luck's pretty good. We'll take some luck. See how we go. Schmoop. Not bad, but I think we can do better. Everything here is kind of mediocre. Scope is good. Missile is okay. We re-roll though once again. And one more time. There's a Schmoop again. There's a rocket launcher. You know what? We talked about combining these. We combine this into another red. We go for another rocket launch. Now we've got 2 rocket launchers, doing a good bit of damage. And we keep stacking up our max HP. Thankfully that rocket launcher also didn't cost that much. The extra explosions should be doing great damage and clearing a bit of a hole for us every now and then, especially if the rockets both go the same path. But as we can see, even now it seems like it's quite a damage upgrade from what it was beforehand. So replacing those scepters, absolutely worth it. In fact, it might even be worth selling one of our red scepters if we do get the option to find, you know, even better great, or even greater range weapons, I should say. We'll see, we'll see. No pressure, of course. And our scepters have served us very, very well, but they do drop off at this point, especially, you know, I would even say wave 10 onwards there, after you have your economy wave. And even in your economy wave there, having the scepters means that you can't really get as many kills there, which means that you can't really get as many procs of your HP increases anyway there. As we can see, we did get a good number of max HP increases there, but now we're really relying on this instead. We'll take the Wandering Bot for sure, go for some extra damage. And let's see, that's 2 armor. Actually, getting some armor would be fantastic, so we're actually going to take this, even though it's very expensive. Poisonous Tonic is quite good too. We'll take that. There's another Ghost Scepter. I don't think we want to take it. I think we keep re-rolling. Maybe try and find a better weapon. And, tell you what, I've found some better weapons, alright. We're going to recycle this. We're going to take our rocket launcher. We're going to spawn another Wandering Bot here. So we can really slow down enemies, as we have 2 of them circling us now. We've also got 2 rocket launchers and a minigun. I think this is the most powerful weapon loadout that I've ever had beforehand. Whether or not it's going to be enough to take us or see us through to the end, let's see if that's the case. But, you know, I don't know what else we really need now. More range damage, I think. More attack speed. More explosion radius, explosion damage. More lifesteal so that we can bring back our life. Although if we just keep cranking up our max HP there, we don't really need as much lifesteal and everything else, do we? They kind of go almost hand in hand, I want to say. Go to our tree here, pick up all of our resources down the middle. The more that we get, of course, the more HP that we get at the end of the wave. And with us having 600 in this one here, I think we're going to get, was it like 30 max HP at the end of this wave? Let's see, we're currently 72 max HP. And we go all the way up to 98. So what was that? 26 thereabouts. Let's take a Shady Potion. And I do love the range damage. I do love attack speed. We're going to go for the range damage to begin with. And there is a level 3 rocket launcher. So we combine these ones here. We take another rocket launcher. I honestly probably should have sold this in its place, but we can keep them for a little bit longer yet. And the metal is quite good. Extra damage, armor, and speed. We do lose some crit chance, but I don't think the crit chance is really going to be winning us any rounds here. Oh, okay, never mind. We can take another one of these. We do lose dodge with this, but we get range damage and crit chance. Is the range damage worth it? I don't think so. I think we go for the injection just to increase our percentage damage. And what is this doing currently? 16 damage per shot. Not too shabby. Now we need to rebuild our max HP a fair bit. As we can see, enemies are not standing much of a chance here at the moment. Having 3 rocket launchers, all of which are purple, is very, very nice for that also. And we can just keep running around. We slow enemies if they get close to us. I would not be surprised if we don't win, but I also think we're in with a decent chance. More so than I've ever been with this character beforehand. So the demon, I think this is my best demon run ever, even with our ones, you know, on stream that we've done, because we've played the demon quite a few times. So let's make sure that we keep dodging, pay attention there, try not to multitask when we all know that I can't, and just make sure that we make it through the next round. And if we can pick up the resources along the way, that'd be great. Get some more heals as well, so we're not taking the undue risks. We'll go through here. Speaking of undue risks, there we go. Not too bad. 91 max HP. Reduce our extra experience gain. Why not? In our broken mouth, sure. And extra range keeps enemies at bay as well. I do love extra max HP there, but it costs us 15, so that's actually literally just speeding up our enemies there, so that's actually pretty awful. We just skip it by, and I think now we would just maybe try and stack up more max HP by using our saver, by using our piggy bank. Because of course the more resources we have, the more max HP that we get. And that's something that I think I really struggled with the demon beforehand, was that I always found myself using my materials, sorry, not credits. I was about to say credits, that's why I went ma. But, you know, saving your money so that you can then transfer that into max HP so that later on you can buy more upgrades. Because I used to be too greedy and try and find those good items early on. But then of course that meant that I had very little max HP. So I would die, you know, stupid deaths, and wouldn't be able to see it through until these later waves. There we go, 100 damage per. We honestly wouldn't mind a little bit more damage on our explosions here, but as we can see, it's doing very well to clear out our waves. And we still have a decent number, or decent dodge percentage chance there, right? Reduce speed by 3, I think that's palatable. Extra armor is still well worth it at this stage of the game. Plus 3% damage at the end of the wave. That's not much damage by the end of the combat, but it is still okay. I think we skip it. I think we skip it, and I think we honestly take the alien eyes here maybe. 111 damage each there, because we've got so much max HP. It actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, we're actually killing these enemies before they really get a chance to do any damage. You know, even with the little enemies behind them, trying to buff them up and make them red and stronger, harder, faster, better, stronger. Already said that one. Like that Daft Punk song, I can't actually remember. Harder, better, faster, stronger, is that it? Hour after hour, work is never over. I don't know, is that going to be content ID matched? My pitch and everything was absolutely perfect. Perfect. Spot on. Beautiful. Lovely. Now again, I am burning the candle at both ends here a little bit. It is late at night there after a whole bunch of landscaping. And yeah, a bit tired, so the brain's turned to mush. The brain has turned to mush. I mean, the brain was already mush beforehand, but now it's super mush. It's kind of like, I don't know, if you had mashed potatoes and then you decided to add even more butter and milk there and then mashed it for an extra half an hour. It's basically a puree. Okay, attack speed and range, we'll take it. Max HP, well worth it. And that's another rocket launcher. You know what? I think we're at the stage where we do sell our Ghost Scepter. It sells for 122. I'm not, you know, gonna turn my nose up at that. Gummy Berserker increases our attack speed by a little bit more, plus some extra range. Why not? Cute Monkey's not bad. Do we have any of those already? No. Okay, we'll go for our scope. I think we leave that be. So we've got a purple minigun, 3 purple rocket launchers plus 1 blue rocket launcher, and a red scepter. Now of course those all denote our rarities. Wow, okay, those enemies are quite strong, aren't they? But we're still doing quite a bit of damage to them as well, before they really get a chance to rush in and attack us. We want to make sure that we kill those red ones. And this is the wave that we really struggled with our Berserker, what's he called? The Bull, the character that we just played beforehand. Our kind of suicidal friend. Okay, we're keeping on top of them so far, thus far. And we have a lot of resources to spend here soon. Of course, that's helping out a great deal with our max HP at the end. We're at 150 max HP. Actually huge. I wouldn't be surprised if we get well in excess of 200 max HP by the end of this, assuming that we survive the next few waves, which I think should be possible. We're going to run in and pick up all of our resources. We have the max HP to secure it. 190. 190 max HP currently. We will go for some more dodge. Thunder Sword, what on earth is that? 75% of our melee damage, 75% of our elemental damage. Hitting enemy spawns 4 projectiles, so that's great for an elemental run. There we go. We have another rocket launcher. We actually sell this one again. We're going all the way in for our rocket launchers. Our statue is very tempting. Very, very tempting, but I don't think we can do it. I think we do go for our rerolls here and get some great items along the way. So we're spending a lot of our max HP. Oh my word. Okay, we now have a red rocket launcher. Are we going to get more luck here? Let's see. That is 2 armor, 6% dodge. It's not terrible, but it is a high cost to pay. We'll go for it. We won't go for the cute monkey, even though it's not too bad. Honestly, going for a terrified onion seems alright, and we'll save the rest of our money. We can spend it all on our second to last wave. There we go. Extra speed was probably a good time to buy it there, honestly. Oh, look at our orbitals there. They're kind of orbiting each other. One seems faster than the other, which is interesting. I wonder if that must be intentional. Okay, so we have 5 rocket launchers. We have a decent dodge percentage there, I think 30% or thereabouts. But our damage is really what's going to carry us home here. Even saying that though, our damage is nowhere near as good as it could be. I would love a wisdom, which of course starts us with less damage and then increase our damage as time goes on. And that scaling will make a huge difference there against our bosses, for example. But the explosion damage is doing great work. Absolutely love it. It's clearing out enemies from every which way. And our attack speed is certainly helping with that one too. Now 10 seconds left. 85 is currently our max HP. So we're not getting any more max HP during waves since we got rid of all of our scepters. But we are getting a lot of max HP at the end of the wave here, as we can see. Baby with a beard. Yeah, that seems pretty damn good. As does max HP again. Nothing else really appeals to me. Armor while standing still. Again reduces our speed. It's not terrible, but I don't think it's what we're going to go for. Now wave 19, we have one more wave after this, don't we? Take our range damage. So again, we will use all of our resources here to increase our max HP once more, and then all of our resources will be spent, excuse me, rolling and trying to find those absolute god tier items that will really carry us across the line. Assuming that we win this round, of course. Let's not count our chickens until they hatch. But I'm feeling pretty comfortable here, which I don't often say. And that partly still relies on me dodging well, which so far we got quite lucky there, I do have to say. But we still played it pretty well as well. I don't know why that's in my vernacular. I always say well as well together. Now again, we don't have much in the way of healing. That is... or that spells a potential for disaster, shall we say. 11 seconds left. Let's pick up as many resources as we can, even if it risks our lives along the way. There we go. Well worth it. Well worth it. Alright, 162 max HP. Less damage. I think it's too late for metal detector, so we skip that. More range damage. Why don't we reroll for something fantastic instead there? Like one of these. Like our attack speed from 30 to 50% attack speed. Huge. Actually huge. Oh, so is heavy bullets there. We do lose crit chance. We already have the negatives. Minus 10% attack speed. But plus 10% damage, plus 10 range, plus 5 base damage. Let's see. These go from 121 and these go from 21 to 137 and 27 there. We do lose some attack speed, but it's still well worth it. Heavy, we've got 6 heavy weapons, so we've got plus 25% damage as well. And explosive, plus 20% explosive size. That's actually helping out a great deal. I didn't really factor that in beforehand. There is max HP and lifesteal. Increasing our lifesteal until we have at least a positive value there, I think is well worth it. Everything else here kind of sucks. We'll just keep rolling through until we find something amazing. Candle reduces the number of enemies. I don't hate it, but I also don't think it's worth 16 max HP. There's another minigun. Now, we will take that. And you know what? We will also take the 25% damage, or 25% extra damage, yes, excuse me. See, this is interesting. I don't think it's worth it. I think we save where we're at. Nothing else is really... Oh, projectiles pierce through further. No, thank you. Plastic explosive. That one... Oh my god. And another minigun. We take this. Do we combine this for another minigun? That is the question. I don't think so, because then I think we lose the explosion size, and I think that explosion size is very useful. Now we've only got 63 max HP, but we do have some fantastic damage. Let's see if we can take out this enemy. Because we've already got you pretty low. We are taking quite a bit of damage here though. I honestly don't know. I don't know if we'll have it. We need to keep dodging here, playing it smart. Ouch, okay. Just like that, the run's lost. As you can see, the best laid plans of Mice and Men can still fall apart under some serious scrutiny there. So unfortunate. I think tanking our armor there with our glass cannon probably wasn't the way to go. Our 33% dodge, I felt like it maybe let us down a little bit there, but even so, they were doing 20 damage per. We shouldn't have spent that max HP. We should have stayed up around the 100 and something odd max HP that we had. That buys us a lot more time there. Unfortunate to miss out on yet another difficulty 5, especially once reaching wave 20. But it is what it is. We take the good with the bad. Thank you all very much for watching here. That's going to be the end of the episode. If you did enjoy it, give us a like and a subscription. Check us out on twitch.tv/Sandoya, and I'll catch you all next time. Bye for now there, folks. See ya.